Can you imagine looking back on 2025 and saying, wow, this was my best year yet? If that sounds like something you're ready for, this video is just for you. Hello friends, welcome back to the channel, and also a big happy new year to you. Oh my gosh, new year. I'm so excited for everything that's ahead. And if you are new here, I'm Shawon, and my mission is to help women entrepreneurs build a brand and business they love. Here on the channel, I share branding and business tips, as well as take you behind the scenes in my business as an entrepreneur. If that sounds like the kind of community you're looking for, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss a thing. All right, let's dive into this video. One of my favorite experiences here at the studio has been leading a few goal-setting workshops. And I've had the honor of working with women professionals, small business owners, and even high school seniors. That was a fun one. And I'd say also each one has been meaningful in its own way, not just for the attendees, but for me too. So for the women professionals and business owners, the workshop was really a chance to pause from wearing all of the hats that we wear as women. It was a space to reflect and to give them an opportunity to truly envision life 15 to 20 years into the future, to kind of think that way, to start thinking that way, and to create a vision based on that big picture, what they saw in the future, rooted in what truly mattered to them in every area of their life. And for the high school seniors, they were in an entirely different season of life, right? So I got to share with them and listen to their thoughts as they were stepping into a new beginning. So for them, that was graduating from high school, maybe getting ready to go to college, or for some of them, it was exploring more to see what their talents and their gifts were, or what they might enjoy doing or feel called to do. No matter the audience, there were also similarities, and the workshops were about creating space to dream. So that was a similarity for both audiences, right? This pause to explore possibilities, to connect and tap inside yourself, away from distractions. So for the high school seniors, it was coming to the studio, being away from school. From the business owners and the professional women, it was about also taking a step back from your everyday life, like all of the distractions, right? To really focus and to map out a path to truly turn their dreams into reality. And that's exactly what I want this video to feel like for you. A moment to pause, to dream big, to be inspired, and to have some resources to take the first steps toward making 2025 your best year yet. So step one is simple. We're gonna set clear goals and write them down. And I really want to emphasize that writing them down part. Why does this matter? Well, there's science behind it. There has been research to show that if you write down your goals, you are more likely to achieve them. I can attest to this. And the other part is to be specific. So don't just write down travel or grow my business. Be very specific. Like, where do you want to travel? What part of your business do you want to grow? Because clear goals lead to focused action, right? When they are clear and they are specific. And in this step, I want you to think beyond your business. Think about all of the areas of your life, not just work. One of my favorite tools is the Power Sheets Goal Planner, and that's because it gave me a foundation to start thinking this way. I didn't always think this way at all. It would be the beginning of the new year. I write down some resolutions on a piece of paper or a Post-it note where I just put it in a drawer, didn't see it again, didn't know where I put it. And maybe another year would roll around and I'd say, oh, there are those resolutions or those goals that I was working on. So not helpful at all, right? So as you're writing them down, be specific, because being specific will give you that focus that you need to take action. And also I wanted to just point out, going back to, as you're writing your goals down, think about all of the areas of your life, on your whole self, and not just your business, but your health, your hobbies, and relationships too. And I'm going to be leaving some resources down for you in the description box, and one of those will be the Power Sheets Goal Planner. If you need a planner to give you that foundation that I'm speaking of. And it's really not about the planner you choose, but it does help to have tools to really guide you. And if you feel like, you know what, this doesn't resonate with me, I want to try something else, go for it. I don't want to let the tool that you're using to stop you. You can simply go grab a pen and paper and start by listing the areas of your life you want to focus on. So let's go back to some areas. I'll give you some ideas. So things to think about, like maybe your spiritual component of your life, personal development. So that could look like skills that you want to refine or learn, education, mindset growth, leadership growth. Another component could be your social life. So maybe that's taking time for friends, joining groups. Another area could be relationships, so family, children, marriage. Another area could be your health, maybe your community, that's volunteering and giving back. It also could be on your goals list, looking at your hobbies, like thinking about what are your hobbies. And I want to really say, I think I'm going to talk about this later. I may be getting off track, but with your hobbies, to make space for your hobbies and to be creative, to do something outside of work. Also, you might have an area of focus for your home, your family, I mentioned family, business, as well as your finances. So those are some areas that you might want to select from. I'd say to start with maybe 8 to 10 areas that you want to focus on and go from there. If you feel that's overwhelming, if this is something new for you, start out small and then work your way up. You can also take those areas that you're working on. You don't have to work on them all at once. In quarter one, you could have a few that you're working on, quarter two, and so forth. Some of your goals too that you are focusing on, they may be seasonal, right? Some of them may be habit forming goals as well. So they may not take the extent of a year for you to work through and to complete or accomplish. As you're looking at what are the areas you want to focus on, I also want you to take a moment to reflect about where you are now in each of these areas. This will give you some guidance in looking at, okay, what do I want to improve and how do I want to grow in 2025? Step 2 is to create a vision activator. And I would say this is my favorite step because I love to see my big picture visually. I love to see what I'm working towards. So once you've got your goals, I don't want you to put them in the drawer like I've done before, never to be seen again. Oh my gosh, I've done that. And yeah, I can't believe I did that, but yeah, I did it. Instead, we're going to create a vision activator. It's something visual that will remind you of what you're working towards every single day. And this could be a traditional vision board. It could be a digital one that you create in Canva. I've done this before. Or it could be a secret board that you create on Pinterest. And on my vision board, I use those same zones that we worked through in step 1 to focus on and to see what matters most to me and what I'm working towards. So on my vision board, I have a zone to fuel my mindset. I have inspiring quotes mixed in. I have a zone for my health. So I'm seeing what I'm working towards in my health area, relationships, my business has a zone, as well as my home, and taking time to pause. And that's for my retreats, as well as enjoying the fall, my favorite season of the year. And going back to quotes, one of my favorite quotes on my vision board this year, I've enjoyed seeing it every day. That quote is, "Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day." Seeing this quote every day is reminding me to stay consistent. And your vision activator isn't just pretty pictures. So all of these things that I'm excited for them for you too, because it's certainly a motivator, a daily reminder of what you're working toward. All right, step 3 is to step outside your comfort zone. So let me share a story with you. A few years ago, I attended a workshop by Parker Fitzer. It was called Not the Same Old Stuff. I'm going to say stuff. It was something else, but we're going to go with Not the Same Old Stuff workshop. And this wasn't a workshop for photographers who were wanting to leave the workshop with a portfolio full of pretty pictures, right? It was designed to stretch us, to push us, and challenge everything we thought we knew. And let me tell you, this was very early on in my photography journey, and there were some big name photographers in that room. I was like, oh, wow. And many of them, including myself, were being pushed. I'm talking about pushed to the brink of tears. I'm going home. I'm done. It was really that intense, okay? I can't tell you how many times I failed in that workshop. Lots of times. We had mind-bending challenges like, okay, you're gonna walk into this room, you're gonna make a photo with your camera, and you have tools in a bag, so a little Ziploc bag, and in this bag is a CD. Now, do you remember what a CD? Of course, you remember what a CD was, right? We stick it in the little CD player, CDs for music, right? So in this bag, we had a CD. Why do I need a CD? There was also a small light bulb from like Home Depot. Okay, so I'm gonna make a picture. I have to use the tools that are in this bag. I'm gonna go in this room. I have no idea what I'm stepping into. Okay, that was one of the challenges. Another challenge was, okay, you're going to walk into a room, and in this room, Parker gave us instructions. You're gonna sketch out a portrait of yourself, how you would make a self-portrait in this room, so of yourself. I want you to sketch it out. Okay, so you're in the room, you're sketching out, and you have a sketch of how you would photograph yourself in the room. So you come out of the room, and it's like, okay, that was easy. Okay, so now the other part of the challenge, you're gonna go into a totally different room, and you're gonna make the photo that you sketched on the paper where you were in the other room. Oh my gosh, I got so much from that workshop out of those failures. The failures at that workshop were some of the most important, hands down, that I had to learn from in my journey as a photographer. Those failures, they stretched me, they taught me, and prepared me for so many opportunities I wouldn't have been ready for otherwise. And I'll say too, out of that workshop, I also began to realize that as a photographer, I am also MacGyver. I have shared that with photography students that I've had the pleasure of working with, but we're MacGyvers, and that workshop showed me that, how to take tools, how to use things that you wouldn't ordinarily be thinking about, how to use them, how to be creative, how to use what you have, how to make it work. And like I said, if I hadn't pushed through, if I would have left, if I would have said, okay, I am done, I knew that it was going to be challenging just from the title of the workshop. But oh my gosh, if I would not have pressed through, I would have missed the lessons that helped shape who I am today. So all of that, what does that mean for you? Stepping outside your comfort zone. It's not easy, but that's where the magic happens. You've probably heard that many times, right? But it's so true. And I know it feels scary when you're pushing yourself, when you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, but trying something new, it's gonna always feel that way, right? But do you know what's even scarier? Okay, had I not taken that workshop, it could have been another year going by without growing into the person you're meant to be. And that is what truly happens from failures. You learn, you grow, you get better, and they are part of your success. If there's something you've been dreaming about for 2025, dreaming about doing forever, Oh my gosh, so that could be starting a YouTube channel. It could be going live on Facebook, launching a new offer, offering a new service in your business, or speaking at an event. This is your time to do it. So step 3, we're gonna step outside of our comfort zone to make 2025 the best year yet. So go back and look at your step 1. I had to do this too. I shared my goals with my husband and he was like, okay, these are great goals that you're working towards, but what are your push goals on this list? And I was like, well, what about this? And he said, that's not a push for you. And I was like, okay, you're right. I need to push myself. I need to step outside of my comfort zone. So I went back to my step 1 and I added a few push goals onto that list. So I want to encourage you to do the same thing to step outside of your comfort zone. All right, step 4 is to build accountability and support systems. So don't go it alone. Find accountability and support as you need it. Sometimes the difference between finishing a project, accomplishing a goal, making this year your best year, and giving up, not getting through, right, is having someone to encourage you and to hold you to your commitments. Last year, I reached out for an accountability partner to tackle a specific goal. Let me tell you, I've been working on this goal for a whole year and a half. Oh my gosh, it was not getting done. And I was like, okay, I need some help to get this done. Will you be my accountability partner? Will you listen to what I'm saying that I'm going to do? Will you hold me accountable to those things, right? So you may start out on working towards your goals, making this your best year ever. You feel like you're getting stuck on one thing, you're not making the progress. Get an accountability partner, someone to hold you accountable that you can share with consistently. And that could be someone that you connect with weekly or monthly. Maybe it's a health goal that you're working on and you need a friend to meet you at the gym. Or maybe it's a coach or mentor in your business. Don't hesitate to ask for help. All right, step 5 is to create boundaries and make space for joy. For my goals and on my vision board, my hobbies area is my zone that I am really wanting to be more intentional about scheduling downtime. So for me, whether that's reading, it's gardening. I love being out in my garden. Maybe it's my solo business retreats or going to a tag sale or an estate sale. Definitely one of my goals for this year in that area. So whatever that is for you, I want you to commit to making space, carving out that time to keep your cup filled and overflowing so you can give from an abundance. I learned that last year at a workshop and I said, I am holding on to that because that is so important. On my vision board, I also have a zone that says permission to pause. For me, that means creating those boundaries and saying yes to more of the things that are going to fill my cup. Burnout doesn't help anyone, and burnout is real. So I want you to make space for the things that will restore you. My word of the year is consistency. And for me, I know it's the small, consistent actions that lead to big results. And taking my goals one step at a time, breaking them down into small actions. If you are ever at a point where you're feeling overwhelmed, go back, start with one thing. Build that habit, work through that goal, work through writing out the steps that you need to accomplish it. Look at, do I need an accountability partner? How will I get this accomplished? Then move to the next thing. Progress over perfection always wins. Finally, to make 2025 our best year ever, we will carve out time to reflect and celebrate. Who's with me on that? Reflection helps us grow, like taking that time, pausing. What did I learn? What are the lessons here, right? And also celebrating our wins, no matter how big or small, helps us to stay motivated and to build momentum. At the end of the day, the week, sit down and ask yourself, what did I learn? What did I accomplish? Remember, this journey isn't about just reaching goals. It's about the process of becoming and reaching your fullest potential. So I want to know, what are you fired up about this year? I'm fired up for you. Let me know in the comments which step you're starting with, and let's cheer each other on. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.